Back to Aesop's Fables, more stories. The Wolf and the Lamb. As a wolf was lapping at the head of a running brook, he spied a lamb daintily paddling his feet some distance down the stream. There's my supper, thought the lamb, but I'll have to find some excuse for attacking such a harmless creature. He shouted down at the lamb, How dare you stir up the water I am drinking and making it muddy? But you must be mistaken, bleated the lamb. How can I be spoiling your water, since it runs from you to me and not from me to you? Don't argue, snapped the wolf. I know you. You were the one who was saying those ugly things about me behind my back a year ago. Oh, sir, replied the lamb, trembling. A year ago I was not even born. Well, snarled the wolf, if it was not you, then it was your father, and that amounts to the same thing. Besides, not going to have you argue me out of my supper. Without another word, he fell upon the helpless lamb and tore her to pieces. Ooh, that was a gory story. Here's the ending part. Any excuse will serve a tyrant. Ooh, that is very perceptive. The Bull and the Goat. A bull pursued by a lion took shelter in a cave, which was the home of a wild goat. Greatly annoyed with the intruder, the goat began to butt the tired bull with his head. So he had his horns here, and he goes boom, boom, like that. He bore the ill treatment of the goat with patience, saying, Because I permit you to vent your displeasure on me now does not mean that I am afraid of you. As soon as the lion is out of sight and the danger is past, then I will show you the difference between a lion and a goat. Those who take temporary advantage of their neighbor's difficulties may live to repent of their insolence. Great. The Ant and the Dove. A thirsty ant went to a spring for a drink of water. While climbing down a blade of grass to reach the spring, he fell in. The ant might very well have drowned had it not been for a dove who happened to be perched in a nearby tree. Seeing the ant's danger, and the dove quickly plucked off a leaf and let it drop into the water near the struggling insect. The ant climbed upon the leaf and presently was wafted safely to shore. Just at that time, a hunter was spreading his net in the hope of snaring the dove. The gratified ant, perceiving the hunter's plan, bit him in the heel. Startled, the huntsman dropped his net and the dove flew away to safety. One good turn deserves another. These are great stories today. The Fox Without a Tail. A fox had the misfortune to have his bushy tail caught in a trap. When he saw that it was a question of his life or his tail, he left his tail behind him. He felt himself disgraced, however, and for a time he did not go near his friends for fear of ridicule. But one day the idea came to him how he could make the best of a bad bargain. He called a meeting of all the rest of the foxes and proposed to them that they should follow his example. You have no idea, said he, of the ease and comfort I am enjoying. I don't know why I didn't cut off my tail long ago. I could never have believed it if I had not tried it myself. When you come to think about it, friends, a tail is as much an inconvenient and unnecessary appendage that it is strange we have put up with it so long. My sincere advice to you all is to share this new freedom and part with your tails at once. As he concluded, one of the older and wiser foxes stepped forward and said, There is not one of us who does not believe that you found it convenient to cut off your tail. However, we are not so convinced that you would advise us to part with our tails if there were any chance of recovering your own. Misery loves company. These are great stories today. The Shepherd Boy and the Wolf. Every day the shepherd boy was sent with his father's sheep into the mountain pasture to guard the flock. It was indeed a lonely spot at the edge of a dark forest, and there were no companions with whom he could pass the long, weary hours of the day. One day, just to stir up some excitement, he rushed down from the pasture crying, Wolf! Wolf! The villagers heard the alarm and came running with clubs and guns to help chased the marauder away, only to find the sheep grazing peacefully and no wolf in sight. So well had the trick worked that the foolish boy tried it again and again, and each time the villagers came running only to be laughed at for their pains. Ah, but there came a day when a wolf really came. The boy screamed and called for help, but all in vain. The neighbors, supposing him to be up to his old tricks, paid no heed to his cries, and the wolf devoured the sheep. Liars are not believed even when they tell the truth. That is also very perceptive. That's it for the day. Aesop's Fables. More later. Bye.